Alright. Say man! Welcome to another Ask a Black Guy. As always, the black guy, Kev on stage, Kevin Fredericks.
I want to let you guys know real quick, my knees are actually underneath these pants, which you can't tell because I have pants on.
Well, that brings up, I didn't tell you this, but we have a new sponsor on Ask a Black Guy. So,
Go better! Hilarious!
Alright.
Oh, the smell of this stuff, man. Thank you. I will apply this while you ask the first question.
Alright. First question for Kev. Why is it that when, well, first of all, before your wife is pretty much your high school sweetheart, right?
Right.
Okay. Did you ever date anybody other than her?
In high school, a couple girls, yeah.
Any white girls? Did you partake of that forbidden fruit?
I did not. Not in high school. I had a...
Not in high school?
No,
Wait,
first girl I ever kissed was white.
Really?
Sarah Sickinger in middle school. First girl I ever kissed.
That is a white name,
Sarah Sickinger. She kissed me in the backseat of her mom's car while her mom was driving.
Ugh.
I was like, she's cool with this? You know, that
white
wasn't our first kiss, but... Yeah, but like seriously dating, as far as high school, only black girls.
Alright, so this is you'll have to answer, best of your ability. Why is it when a black dude is, okay, also I think we should preface this, if you're watching these videos, anything we're saying is a stereotype, but it's not every single person. People are commenting on, they're like, I'm not like that, well then, relax.
Exceptions to the rule.
Yeah, but most white girls are like this. Alright, okay, why is it when a black dude dates a white girl, they're like the most extreme side of the spectrum? They're either the most like Snow White, like, oh, we met at Starbucks, and they have like they whistle when their S is like, he's so sweet, or they're the most ghetto, like bubblegum smacking white girl. It's rare if you be like, oh, the old boy's girlfriend, the white girl, she's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's funny because my boy Aunt's wife is white and she's pretty cool in the middle. But in general in life, it's either Alicia Silverstone from Clueless, or it's this girl from she has a black girl named Ranisha, and that's the white girl. Wow, why do they choose the opposite end of the spectrum?
Let me get some of that cocoa butter while you're trying to figure that out.
I think probably because the average girl, maybe the average in the middle, down the line white girl, doesn't want to date a black guy. Because in college, all the athletes that I knew that dated white girls, it's on this side of the spectrum. It's Alicia Silverstone, and blah blah blah. But maybe that's what makes them feel comfortable. We always talk about that white women that black guys date are weak. The ghetto one, that's the opposite. That's like I just fell in love with this girl, but she just happened to be white. You know what I mean? But the other one that the other end of the spectrum, I think that's the one where you feel like I can handle her. You know what I mean?
I can bring her in public. Not that ghetto white girl.
Oh,
all right. One of the questions got was first of all, it was responded to me that this should be called Axe a Black Guy.
AXE?
Yeah, and the question was why axe other than ask?
There is an etymological answer for that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's pause the video. Go look that word up because I have no idea. Edamame. What'd you say?
There's a real reason, but I think my sister-in-law says axe. She does all the stereotypical axe. She says par-tarts instead of pop-tarts. Colorado, par-tarts. Colorado instead of Colorado. Black people also add Phantom S's, Walmarts, Sonics, Nordstroms. There's no S in Nordstrom.
That's hilarious.
Nordstrom, Costco's, I think it's just
Mines. I'm gonna get mines at Costco's.
Valentine's Day with an library. I think there's just certain words that in the African American vernacular English that feel comfortable.
Okay, you don't have to go overboard with your vernacular.
I took a class. But I think it's just your culture, what you end up saying what the people around you say. So my parents, if I said ask, it's ask, Kevin. It's ask, Kevin. If nobody's telling you that it's ask, then you're gonna keep saying ask. Like Pacific. It's specific. It's library. Yeah. But if nobody's correcting you, I'm gonna ask you about the Pacific Ocean.
The specific ocean.
Irregardless is one that drives me insane.
Why?
Irregardless doesn't exist. The word is regardless. Irregardless.
I thought I looked that up though at Diz now. No?
I don't think it's been added. Like it's a double. It's like undoing the word.
Yeah, no.
Irregardless is like
My favorite is my buddy Wes. I mentioned him on the pho thing.
Yeah.
From Louisiana, just country, and he says for Mexicans, he calls them Mexicans.
Yeah.
He's like
Mexicans.
You know that Mexican? Oh, all right. Okay. Why? Or no. We'll do this one. Thoughts on your thoughts on the new how the NFL is trying to fine players for using the N-word.
Well, actually, it's supposed to be. Okay, so here, the rule is supposed to be any racial slur. The N-word is brought out because it's the most commonly used one, that's heard on the field.
And
but
off.
here's the thing, and off the field. Here's the thing. The NFL, they really should do it in the NBA. Because, how close are you to the core of the NBA? Have you ever watched Kevin Garnett?
Oh, yeah.
He's just cussing up a storm, So, at my job, when I worked for the man at Boeing, I couldn't just say whatever I wanted in the workplace. If I kept saying the N-word in meetings, or cussing in meetings, I'd face disciplinary action. So, as a employee of the NFL, if they decide we don't want this in our workplace, you have the right to either not do it, not say it, or not work there. Now, the other thing I feel it's nearly impossible to regulate.
Yeah.
How are you gonna? There's literally 22 people on the field. There's people on the sidelines. There's fans. There's literally 25 people with refs on the field. How are you gonna know that it's unless the guy's saying it to the ref? How are you gonna know?
That's a bad call. Right? My favorite, I would love to be. When the refs announce it, I would love to be the other guy because I would mess with the ref. If the ref was 15-yard penalty for racial slur, I'd be like, what? What was it? It's 15-yard penalty. Well, now we need to know.
I need you to say it. And also, what if racial slurs change? What if there's a new one that's not the N-word? Are the refs gonna have to be abreast of all the new slang terms? I feel like you're opening a door that's going to be pretty hard to regulate. I feel like the heart of the rule is good. The ability to regulate, nearly impossible.
Yeah, I don't know if I like the rule. Not that I want to just drop N-bombs. No, but because I'm look at Larry Bird, Jordan. They're trash talking. I'm not saying that they were using racial slurs, but are you gonna then, is the racial slur thing is it gonna be all trash talking?
Right.
Can you not swear?
Right.
Next it'll be I'm gonna take you to the hall, fiddlesticks, or something. I don't know what you're gonna say.
Nearly impossible.
All right. Why? Oh, this was one of the questions was asked. Why is playing spades the required card game in the African American community?
That's a great question. It starts off as Uno. As a kid, we're playing Uno. For some reason, spades and dominoes. For men, it's dominoes.
Wait. Bones?
Bones. Yeah, why spades? It's like the national card game for black people. I don't know. I know I lived in North Carolina, and it was if you don't know how to play spades, you're not cool.
I always preferred hearts.
Yeah.
Do you play hearts?
This is the opposite of spades. Yeah, I play it on the computer. It's the opposite of spades. Same thing.
Okay.
But my wife, she knows the rules of spades, but she can't play. And here's the thing about spades. You're either really good or you don't play. There's no in the middle because if you're just okay, you're crap to a person that's good. And you get in I have been.
Just the table.
You renege because I talk trash.
You what? What'd you just say? Good Lord, man. 15-yard penalty.
I don't know why it's spades, but I know you should learn the rules and just say you don't really feel like playing. Because if you're I don't know how to play spades, they're going to be
go sit over there.
Black card. Yeah. I need to teach my kids.
I'm good at bones. Spades, I can play it, but like you said, I'm just
the same way. I understand the rule of dominoes. Here's the thing about dominoes that's hard for me. Good players know what's in my hand. They know. And I'm forget it. I don't know how you know that. And I don't know how to play with, so I'll just stay away.
That's the worst. All right, last one.
Okay.
Why? And I don't know if you'll be able to answer this. Why menthol cigarettes?
Why Newports?
Yeah,
I like Newports menthol.
I don't smoke. So.
I don't know what menthol thing, but I know black people stereotypically smoke Newports. Again, that's what the cool kids smoke Potes.
Smoke what?
Potes. That's what.
Oh, is that the nickname?
That's like you asked me.
So you gotta be specific when you.
Yes, I think that, Newports. If that's a menthol cigarette, smokers, if you're watching, let us know.
I by the way, everybody watching this right now is just going, "You dummies," because we done. Like I'm a square. Like the most I've drank and then I've smoked weed like a couple times in my life. But other than that, like I've never done cigarettes, never done any hard drugs.
No, me neither.
So I'm a square.
I can't even tell you what a menthol cigarette is, but I know black people probably smoke Newports because their parents and the cool cats smoke Newports.
Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. All right. Well, that's been another Ask a Black Guy with Kev on stage, at Kev on stage, Kevin Fredericks. And then if you want to watch the new Ask a White Guy video, it'll be down in the description, so just click that. I'm at Big Irish J, and we'll see you next week. Say man,